Greetings, friend. How are you doing today? I have I have two questions for you today. I have two questions for you. The first question is, can you guess what is the most challenging grief, what most challenging long-term grief to resolve? I'm a grief coach and people come to me with grief. Sometimes it's something that new that happened recently, and sometimes, many times actually, people come to me with to for help with something that what I call long-term grief that they've been experiencing a long time. Can you guess what usually cause that grief? What usually cause this long-term grief? And it happened to be one of the most challenging to completely resolve as well. Second question. Second question. Do you carry any secret? Do you carry any secret? Perhaps you're a secret agent and we didn't know it. But do you carry any secret? It was interesting. I was at the I was at a coaching call with Les Brown, with Mr. Les Brown today. And he was talking about secret and being in alignment. How we got there from speaking, it was a speaking coaching call, but he was talking about secret and being in alignment, and that makes me think about secret as well. And we shared the other day, a couple days ago, about being great, doing what is it that you do great and what makes you great. And one thing that can rob, that in my experience as well as actually studies shown, one thing that can rob you physically, it can rob you physically in addition to emotionally and spiritually, is carrying secret. And one of the most common cause for people who come to me as a grief coach with long-term grief is, you might think it is something like being abused, being this and that. And yes, sometimes it's that, sometimes it's the anger from that, but many times the one people that come to me and say, oh gosh, this has just been eating me alive inside out, is when people carry secret, and it is also quite challenging sometimes to resolve. And why is it that carrying secret such harmful thing? It's actually harmful. Many studies actually have shown this, that carrying secret, actually, there are even articles in things like Scientific America and Psychology Today and on, and you name it, every major publication has it. That carrying secret is actually harmful for you physically, not just emotionally. It's harmful for you physically. It causes many health problems. And one of the reasons is, when you have secret, it's usually from guilt and shame. When somebody carrying secret, and it's not like, yeah, I'm not talking about you carrying a secret, you're going to have a surprise birthday party kind of secret. That's a lot of, it's different, a lot different. It's secret that's gonna make you feel good and looking forward. Oh, I'm gonna have a surprise birthday party or something like that. I'm not talking about that kind of secret, but secret that you're hiding something from somebody else, perhaps the public, perhaps even your significant other. And sometimes, just be careful about this. Sometimes you might carry a secret from yourself. Some of us carry a secret from yourself, and that is called, you have something that perhaps you know deep in your heart is calling you. Something deep in your heart is bothering you. Something you notice about something, but you pushing it away. You're like, no, 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 no. I'm not going to pay attention to that. No, 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 no. I'm not going to listen to these things that keep digging in my heart. And you push it away and you silence it. And then it's become a secret. You carry secret from yourself. And there are other things where you did something and you intentionally try to forget it. That's usually not always very successful. Studies and experience with people shows, and so, but many times you carry whenever you keep a secret from somebody, you actually many times, if this is a secret that because you don't want somebody to know, you actually, it might sound harsh, but you're actually lying to yourself as well. And the reason secret, carrying secret can be so harmful, and actually are very harmful, is because if you look at this vibrational chart here from Dr. David Hawkins in his book Power versus Force, that when we carry secret, we usually has guilt or shame. In general, you will not keep a secret from somebody if you are not shameful about it. You keep a secret, you don't want to know, to share something because, and you keeping it from others. Well, typically it is because you are concerned about what other people would think if they know about it. What do people think if they know you did this when you are 20? What would people think if they know you did this when you were 10? What do people think if they know you've done this or said this, or you used to be this way or you used to be that way? Or what would people think now if they know that you're thinking this way and that way? And so those are all rooted, those are all worrying about what people think and don't want to share and tell them, is it's called shame. And if we look at this vibrational chart here, shame is the lowest of the vibrations of Dr. David Hawkins. And why is that important? Life and the universe operate at this level up here. And if you are down here, everything in your body, in your energy is being blocked. And imagine if you have a blockage in your energy, imagine that as a blockage in your arteries, in your blood vessel. Imagine that as a blockade in your respiratory system. Imagine if you have a blockage in your intestinal system. And we know that at the end of the day, everything is energy, and energy cannot be created nor destroyed, just mutate from one or the other. So if you're carrying secret inside of you, even though it is not a physical thing, it's an energy and it will transform. And we see this with grief all the time. When you carry grief or secret, and secret causes grief, and so it will transform into something. It will, the energy in you, it will actually goes into something else's. And so I invite you to check in. Sometimes we carry secret without even realizing it. It's some things that we thought we resolved it, and then we actually realize, oh, there is still these things that I am still not comfortable of being known about this and being known about that. And sometimes it's something you've done in the past, but many times for many people, carrying secret is actually you do certain thing and you are so uncomfortable with what other thing, and you try to avoid scenarios where when you can be exposed and things like that, and then you are being constricted if you're not able to be yourself. When you carrying a secret, you're not able to be yourself, then you actually naturally constricting yourself. And when and our nature, if you look at a tree or a plant or an animal, everybody are meant to expand, not being constricted. When you're being constricted, you actually constrict your energy. When you constrict out your energy, when it's supposed to expand, the energy got to go somewhere else. And again, it goes to somewhere in your body, and then it's turned into something else. That's why constricting yourself, whether you're actually carrying a secret or you are actually simply not one. Sometimes for us, we simply don't, what we worry what people think, so we're holding it inside ourselves. That's too carrying a secret. And so maybe not at the extent of 20 years of some, you did something in the past, but still it's actually holding yourself back. And so when you do that, it's actually at the end of the day is not good for your health, your physical health, not just your emotional and spiritual health, which is more abstract. It's been shown that carrying secret do things like cause an increase in heart, it caused a lot of health problem, including blood pressures, heart conditions, your immune system's lower, and so I invite you to just look back, and perhaps you live a very transparent, open life. Some of us live a very transparent, open life where you do things, you say what you think, you say what's in your heart, and you listen to your heart calling instead of trying to push it away and dampen it. And for some of us, we're not that at that state. Or maybe some part of our life we are, and some part of our life we're not. And I invite you to just join me to see, to just check in yourself. Are you keeping a secret from yourself in addition to possibly keeping a secret from others? Because if you do, you know now that it is not healthy for you physically in addition to emotionally and spiritually. And perhaps you might just want to choose to be more open, to be more open to what it is that your heart telling you, to be more open to what it is that your heart calling you, and to be more open as well, because at the end of the day we never know. Sometimes we feel that people will think about this and that, and most of the time, and you actually really share what it is, you will notice that some people, regardless of what you say, they just don't like it, and some people would love you anyway. And the one that really matters, the one that love you anyway. And so this is Bridget with From Gripping to Joyful Living. I invite you to just explore this for the interest of your physical health and emotional and spiritual health as well. And please share in the comment below if you used to carry some secret, and now that you actually let it go, how do you feel and how your health perhaps? And please share in the comment below if you have any feedback, and feel welcome to share this with anyone you'd like to. And this is Bridget with From Gripping to Joyful Living. I see that as you let go carrying secret from other, but also from yourself, that you are actually living an even more peaceful, easy, joyful, wonderful life, then you will be able to thrive even better, one day at a time, creating a magnificently beautiful, thriving life. And I look forward to see you again very, very soon.